Hello guys, today's video is going to be an announcement and a TBR video. So I'm going to be joining the Booktubeathon 2017. So there is a Canadian booktuber called Ariel Bissett who I think is living in the UK. I've been following her for a very long time, but I did not know that she conducts a Booktubeathon every year. So Booktubeathon 2017 has 7 book challenges, and the first book challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover. So I'm the kind of person who does not like to have people on the covers of their books because I think they just influence me a lot, and that changes the way I think about the book. But for this challenge, I chose the book The Europeans by Henry James. Now, there are 2 people on the cover. There's a girl in a pink fluffy dress, and there's this guy who's like staring at her. For this challenge, I wanted to pick short books because we have 1 week to read 7 books. So now I have never read anything by Henry James, and this is a classic about a brother and a sister and the kind of influence they have on their cousins who are from Boston. It's only 178 pages long, and I think this is a good place to start with Henry James because it is short and it's not a huge commitment. So the second book challenge is to read a hyped book. And for this one I chose 1984 by George Orwell. Everybody says it's the best and the first dystopian book ever. I have already read Animal Farm by George Orwell, and I love Animal Farm. So the next step obviously for me is to read 1984, and I recently bought this book as well. And I love this cover, it's so pretty, and the spine. This book is a bit longer. The third challenge is to read a book in 1 day, and for this one I chose The Professor by Charlotte Bronte. Now I have read Agnes Grey in 1 day. That was 200 pages long, and it is by Anne Bronte, who is Charlotte's sister. I started it at 9 in the morning and I finished it at 7 in the evening because I was enjoying it so much. So I hope I enjoyed this one as well because this isn't very long, and I think I can finish it if I enjoy it. So yeah, that is my book for the third challenge. Now the fourth challenge is to read about a character that is very, very different from you. So I decided to pick Moll Flanders by Daniel Defoe. I picked this up because according to the summary of the back, this is about a girl who is born in prison, who is 12 years a prostitute, 5 times a wife, 12 years a thief, and 8 years a felon. So I am none of those things. So that's very, very different from who I am, I think. So I decided to pick this one. I also wanted to reread Wuthering Heights, which I think is also very, very different from me, but I did not want to cheat and reread books in this challenge. I think you can do that. There's no hard and fast rule, but I'll see whether I pick this one, Wuthering Heights, or Moll Flanders, because these are both about characters which are very, very different from me. And Moll Flanders is 330 pages long. So the next challenge is to read a book completely outdoors. I personally like reading books outdoors, but it's a bit uncomfortable. And since it's July, it's almost 50 degrees Celsius outside, so it's impossible to sit outside and read a book because I'll just die from the heat. But I'll try, and the book which I chose for this challenge is The Black Tulip by Alexander Dumas. Now, I've never read anything by Alexander, and I'm not sure how I will feel about this one. But this is about a guy who wants to grow a black tulip, but he is accused of treason and he has to go for life imprisonment to a prison, and that's where he decides to grow the black tulip. So sounds interesting. But this is a French classic which has been translated into English, so translated classics are a bit difficult because they kind of lose their essence, but I want to see how this one is. The next challenge is to read a book which you bought because of the cover. So it's going to be The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I just picked this book because it was so beautiful, and the end papers are black. How cool is that? And yeah, this is a hardcover. I don't buy them because they're super expensive, but this cover was so pretty. This is the book which I'm going to read for my 6th challenge. The last challenge is to read 7 books. Since this readathon is 7 days long, which is the last week of July, that means 1 book per day, and it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna try. So I was just counting the books. There is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, then there is The Black Tulip by Alexander Dumas, and then there is The Europeans by Henry James, there is Moll Flanders by Daniel Defoe, that's 4, and then there's The Professor by Charlotte Bronte, 1984 by George Orwell. So these are 6 books, and I have 2 books which I want to reread. One is Wuthering Heights, and the other one is Animal Farm, because it has been ages since I last read this one. So I'm gonna pick either one of these 2 and finish my 7 books. This is going to be my TBR pile for Booktubeathon 2017. And Ariel, if you're watching this, hi, I'm from Pakistan and I really enjoy your videos. Bye.